Going for a little bit of a different route today. This is Palm Beach County's Winding Waters, located off of Haverhill Road and Beeline. And I'm going to kind of do a jump around between Winding Waters today. And then we're going to head up towards Jupiter and just hit some of the spots. Basically what I'm doing today is a sober walk, and just trying to keep myself busy and keep my mind occupied. See some sights that we haven't seen before. Pretty much what I'm doing is a loop from here through Jupiter and then back home, trying to spend as little money as possible. So probably gonna go to the Jupiter Lighthouse, but we're not going inside because there's an admission fee. So I'm gonna see what I can do basically for free today. Here we go. So the main loop, the main hiking trail here, I believe is right around 5.5 miles, which is definitely plenty to keep you busy for quite some time, especially if you're trying to stay occupied. Look at the size of this gator right here. I walked right by him. That's a big boy or girl. The tail is all the way underneath the dock. That is a big gator. I don't know what's with the pumpkins over there. It's quite interesting. Been here for less than 5 minutes and already found, I'm guessing by the size of this, is probably about a 9-foot gator. Jesus. Literally first bridge that I came to. It's pretty awesome. Eyes are wide open. All right. Continue on. Definitely a good time to come here. Early in the morning. Seen a couple joggers out here. Birds are chirping, having a good old time. They could go for tortoises. See what other kind of wildlife we can find out here. I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm probably gonna walk the whole loop. We'll see what happens as we go. Got a little bunny right there. He's trying to get away from us. I can't tell if I can see him. The sun is right on my phone, so I can't really see. He's a small one. He's a little baby bunny. And he's gone. That's a good sign. Birds, gators, rabbits, skeleton trees, beautiful Florida sunshine. It's a different day than staying stuck cooped up in the house. And there's no admission to this park, so it's 100% free. Look at this guy. Just kind of hanging out there. And he's gone. Oh, Jesus lizard. Yeah, it's been between 5 and 10 minutes, and I've already seen a handful of wildlife out here. And I've probably only walked maybe 100 yards. We'll keep walking and see what else we see. Hopefully I can catch it on video if it's anything cool. I like that there's little stops, little breaks, little rest areas every once in a while, just to catch a breather. Like I said, there is quite a few joggers that I've seen out here, so I'm sure that they take little breaks here and there. Butterfly. Almost forgot to touch some grass today. Here's more of that beautiful Florida sunshine. Just peeking over the trees. Not necessarily skeleton trees, some dead pines out there. Birds, crows. It's a cool tree right here. I like this tree. I have to start studying up on my trees. I see, like that tree right there, I've seen that kind of pine before, but I have no idea what it is. There's another little rest area that's a little more custom made. It's like they had a down tree and just chopped it up and threw it over there. There was a little path back there that led to the canal, but I'm not really trying to follow that because it looked like a pretty heavily gator-filled canal, and it looked low, like the water was shallow to the land, if you understand what I mean. Just kind of like you'd be walking into a trap if you walked up too close. Look at that big guy just chilling up there. More growing skeleton trees. What's weird is those trees look healthy. Like the base of the tree, everything looks healthy, and then it's completely scalped at the top. Wonder why that is. We got the moon out this morning. It's pretty cool. Nice view. So we keep walking. I've seen quite a few of these palms that were burned pretty bad like this. Which the palms, I believe, normally survive fires pretty well. So I don't know the history of when there was a fire here. Did I catch you using the bathroom or something? Sorry, bud. Enjoy your day. But yeah, apparently there was a fire here at some point in time. And I'm not familiar with when it was, which is crazy because I used to live very, very close to here. Alligators live here. It says no fishing here, and I think there's a guy up there fishing. Possibly. Or he's just relaxing. So we're definitely gonna watch out for some gators popping out. Got some fish. would say gators definitely live in here. So I cut off my recording on the bridge there. That gentleman back there had a camouflage long telephoto lens. And just kind of wanted to make sure that we didn't mess up his shots. He seemed to be focused on something, so I just crossed real quietly. Now, there was an animal that was just over here, and I don't know where it went. Not even sure what it was. Oh well. Hopefully it wasn't anything dangerous. But the concrete sidewalk definitely ended and it turned into an actual trail, so we'll see where this leads us to. It's supposed to lead to a shade shelter on this side. I'm gonna take the short loop on this because I'm already putting quite some time on the video and I still got a bunch of stops today. Keep on walking. So I guess the one thing is, if you start to kind of lose your way while you're out here, if you're not familiar, because the trail turned off and went that way, the VA hospital is over there. That's kind of our pointing us back towards the parking lot. Just in case you end up getting a little lost out here. Because these trails start to split off in ways that I didn't even know. When I looked at the map, I didn't see this split off here. This should lead us to the shade shelter. I could be wrong, but I'm just gonna follow it anyway. See where it takes us. It's the beauty of doing this unscripted. My life's been a mess anyway, so keep following the trail. At least these trails I can go back on. So definitely got some shallows here that, as I was walking, I didn't even know I was this close to water. You know what they say about water in Florida. If it's wet, there's a gator. I've seen gators in little puddles like this one right here, just on the side of the road. It was up in Jupiter, actually. Jupiter, Tequesta area. Just heard something moving in the bushes right there. Don't know what it was. But there is our shade shelter right in front of us. Sorry, the sun is blinding me, so I can't see what my phone is actually pointing at. It's a blue heron. Beautiful landscape. Some pretty neat little trees. I don't know if these are orange trees. Once again, I need to brush up on my trees because I don't know what they are. Could be, my best guess is it's an orange tree. There's quite a few of them. Plants are not orange, but maybe out of season. May be hard to see here, but something has been trampling through right there. So most likely a gator came through here, in or out, and went this way or that way. I don't know which way. We're not going to get much closer. Not trying to play with the water puppy. And again, I'm trying to record these videos to show what life is like with sobriety, trying to fill all that extra time in the void of not having a beer in your hand. I never realized how much drinking was a hobby Now I have so much extra free time, and especially with everything else that's going on in my life, just getting out and seeing nature, seeing Florida's wild side, just makes me a little bit happier in my dark place that I'm in. And I'm gonna keep doing it. This will probably be a weekend thing for me for the rest of my life. Today's gonna be a little bit different. Today's the day before July 4th, and I have the Friday off, so my wife could be at home with the dogs, and I could just get out and actually get a break from life for a whole day. I didn't tell her what I was doing today since the separation. I just told her what I was doing wasn't important, and whatever choice she made, whether it be stay with the dogs or not, was kind of up to her. But I was kind of pushing more towards her being with the dogs so I could get this little break from life and start hopefully trying to move on with my life. Anyway, I'm gonna keep on walking, heading back towards the parking lot now. And then the next step is gonna be Jupiter. I'm not sure if I'm going to Blowing Rocks or the lighthouse first. We'll see. I got a couple stops in Jupiter that I want to hit. Again, all of this sobriety walk, trying not to spend money. Just seeing what all I can do in about 8 hours without spending any money besides fuel. Even lunch, I brought all that with me. Trying to zoom in on this bird. Get some really nice colors. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick up the colors on his head and on his back. It's like black with teal green, and then got a red beak. It's pretty cool. By the way, if you haven't noticed, I am not a professional in any manner as far as birds, trees. I don't really know anything. I'm just out here walking. I don't know what that was. It sounded bigger than it needed to be, though. Got water on one side, brush on the other side. I'm trying not to get eaten today. Be the one benefit for my wife, though. She's still my beneficiary for my my life insurance. I don't really have anybody else to give it to, so she can keep it. I don't really care. My head has been on a swivel on the left and the right because of how close that water is, and there's so many brush pushdowns of like gators that crawl through there. They could be like raccoon paths trying to get to water, but like this right here, this is somewhat crushed down. It's not as bad as some of the other ones, but you can see there's a little bit of a trail that goes down through here. Here's another one right here. That one definitely goes into the water, so it could be a gator path. And seeing how close that gator was on the first bridge earlier, being about 9 feet, I'm not trying to tango with that monster. Never had to run from a gator. We'll see if the zigzag works if I need it. Keep on walking. The vegetation over here is a lot thicker than these. Again, what I assume are, it's not an orange. I'll have to look that up later. I'm not gonna edit it in here just because I don't do editing. This is all just raw footage, what we actually see, unedited. And all I do is pretty much pause in between videos, and then when I change the location, I'll end up stitching the video, basically just turning this whole thing into a highlight. So It's gonna be a pretty long video from what I see. I already got 20 minutes on this and I've paused quite a bit here and there. Jesus, lizard. But it is beautiful out here. I'll definitely be coming back here and doing the longer walk. Doing the short one. The video so far is 20 minutes. I've probably been walking for about 45 minutes to an hour. Just walking and looking at the sights. I've been checking these cypress trees. Trying to find if there's any that have an air plant in them, because I'd like to see one. I don't know, maybe we'll get lucky in Jupiter if they have something like that. We're almost back to the parking lot. What do we got here? Oh, just little ducks. Little birds. Yeah, and I apologize if my camera's not focused right on them. I can't see the screen. And here's our parking lot. Water is very, very shallow here. Or I should say the shore is shallow. But that is the short version of Winding Waters, Palm Beach County, off of Haverhill Road. And I will see y'all at Jupiter. One last shot before we head to Jupiter. So this is stop number 2 on my Friday solo day. I don't know if, I know they're closed for tours today. I don't know if I can even go up here. But this is the DuBois Pioneer Home. I'm gonna take a walk up and just see if I can look around. See if I get kicked out or not. It is closed. Can't really see much in the windows. DuBois Pioneer Home, Jupiter Inlet Historic and Archaeological Site has been placed on the National Register of Historic Places by the United States Department of Interior in 1985. Through the generosity and efforts in 1990, the Loxahatchee Guild has made possible the restoration of the DuBois house. Jesse Wilson DuBois. Oh, way back in the day they had ring cameras. Just kidding. It's quite the sight. Got a little repair going on the roof over there. Very nice. We're gonna check out the inlet. Just kind of walk around today. Again, sobriety day of solitude. Learning to live alone and trying not to spend any money. That's the #1 goal, is pretty much don't spend $1 today. I think I am going to stop at the Italian ice place though. I'll take that to go for home. You know, this place has always been beautiful. The heavy part about this is the fact that I'm doing this alone. I really wish I could be with the person that I love, but it is what it is. Beautiful sunshine. Get the lagoon on this side. Inlet on that side. It's a very nice day. Very nice day for a sober walk. Inlet's not too bad today. Boats flying in. That guy's definitely moving. People over there fishing, catching the tail end of that. There's a Jupiter Lighthouse over there. We are gonna go take a walk over there in a little bit. Never been to the Jupiter Lighthouse. I've lived here for 30 years. I'm 40 years old, never been over there. Just assuming, I'm not 100% sure that this is the statue for Austin and Perry. I didn't do the history on that, but I'm pretty sure that's the statue for Austin and Perry. Maybe his mom and his dad, or the parents looking for them. I could be 100% wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is the inlet that those boys left out of and never came back. Even if you're not in the boating community, anybody that lived down here in Florida, that was a hard-hitting story, especially following it for so long, and just all the details and the things that they started finding, and everybody hoping those boys would come home safe, and unfortunately they did not. They're forever their age, out at sea. Honestly, it's just super calming just to walk down here in the water, here in the rocks. Don't even really have to go in the water. I'm perfectly fine with just catching some sun rays. Just checking out the boats, checking out the waves. Keep on walking. There are some very nice little paths down here to follow. Wow. We're gonna cut through. Instead of going out to the beach, I'm gonna cut through and see where this goes, because I've never gone through here before. Sure, it just follows these olive grapes, probably down to other beach entrance locations. Beach access 72. It's nice to catch a little bit of shade while you're out here walking, knowing that the brutal Florida sun is waiting to cook you right on the other side of these olive grape trees. Lifeguard. just following the path because I have nothing better to do. Just out wandering through spider webs. Take this path, see where she leads us. Right out to the beach. Lifeguard tower. Pretty cool. There's a almost like a little peninsula, like a sandbar. Oh yeah, it is a sandbar. Look at all those people all the way out there. Pretty neat. I don't know how I hit the record button on my super white pasty feet because I never come out to the beach. I think that was another complaint that my wife had that left me in the position that I'm in. And now I'm out here wandering the beach by my damn self. But it is quite beautiful out here. I'm gonna do what I said I wasn't gonna do, and I'm actually gonna go dip my toes in the water. Sound of the waves. Kind of looking forward to Glowing Rocks to see how the tide is over there. I think this is the first time in my life in 40 years going to the beach by myself. It's quite insane to think that in 40 years I've never been this alone in my life. It's a terrible feeling, and at the same time it's one of the best feelings I've had in a while. Again, if that makes any damn sense. Gotta keep wandering, keep walking. Definitely gonna go spend some time in the inlet, just kind of watching the boats and probably eat lunch, and then we'll head over to, well, not lunch, eat a snack or something, and then I'll head over to the lighthouse. There's definitely plenty of areas to hang out and go on DuBois that I wasn't even aware of. places once you get out on foot and actually start searching around. Like freaking mangroves right here. I would have never known about this if I didn't happen to walk out by the Ryan Johnson Memorial. Had no idea this was here. So there's no saltwater crocs in here. This, when I was a kid, I went on a school trip, and one of the places that we went was in mangroves. It was up here in Jupiter somewhere. I don't remember exactly where, but we learned a lot about the mangroves and the sea life that lives in them, the crabs, and it was one of the coolest experiences that I had ever had. And I lost touch of who I was as a kid at some point in time. I probably should have gotten into marine biology because this still interests me. And there's people that are just walking around out here like that's how shallow the water is. There's no lifeguards out here. I've got my wallet on me, so I don't want to go out too far. But again, these are the things that I'm finding now that I'm sober. I had no idea this tiny little piece of paradise was just chilling here. No freaking clue. And people are just walking around in the mangroves out there in the center. That's pretty awesome. I may have to invest in a kayak someday. The water is fucking perfect. Feels so good. Awesome. That'll be the next stop after Carlin Park. But for now, I'm gonna enjoy some lunch. Solo lunch, packed PB&J. Let's go. Gonna see how much I can get away with here. I don't know if I'm supposed to go in here or not, but I'm gonna do it. There's a couple city trucks here. I wonder if this garage was original or not. I don't know. There's some glass on the ground. I'm a little worried about that. I got no shoes or socks on. My truck is actually over to the right, but it just looked like such a beautiful view up here that I wanted to come up here. Big ass iguana. It's a dinosaur. Trees are freaking awesome here. Continue up to the house and walk down the front porch. Just act like we own the place. AC blowing the curtains, or is that a ghost? No TVs. Huh. I'll have to come back here one day and catch this place while it's open. What are the chances of the wildlife today? There's a bunny just chilling here on top of the hill at the Pioneer House. Interesting. See you later, Peter Rabbit. Okay, on to Carlin Park. Carlin Park, here we come, and then the Jupiter Lighthouse. So I made it to Carlin Park, and realized that one thing I did not account for, oh, I thought I did, is water. I brought a gallon of water in my truck in a large thermos, and I keep filling up my small Yeti, and I've already gone through half of that gallon, and it's only 11 o'clock. I'm not supposed to be heading home until around 4 o'clock. So, may have a water shortage problem. And now I'm spilling it because I left my Yeti open. Oop. I missed the entrance. A couple of the paths for some reason are closed off. Not sure what path people are taking to get down to the beach. You stay off the dunes. Went past two of the opening paths and they're both closed. I went down that path to the beach and it's literally packed. Like from the end of the path, as far as the eye could see in both ways, the beach is just packed with people. I'm gonna see if I can walk a little further down and try and get a little opening. I've become a little bit antisocial since everything going on in my life. Not really a big people person, not too much. Hey, I talk to who I need to. It's oddly enough a pedestrian cul-de-sac here. I don't know why. I'm just following it to see where this goes and see if there's another trail down to the beach. There was a path back behind me, but there was a bunch of people on it as well. I see four-wheeler tracks here. I don't know exactly where this goes. It says Beach Access 61. This is Carlin Park. It's 400 A1A, I believe, Jupiter, Florida. Environmentally sensitive area. This looks like such a nicer path to travel to versus where all the humans were at, the peoples. Fortunately, no dogs allowed on the beach. That's another reason I'm glad I'm kind of exploring today, just solo, alone. If I would have brought my dogs out here, I would have had to research and find out which beaches allow dogs and which ones don't. So far, the humans aren't too bad here. It is still a beautiful day out. Surf isn't bad. Not really good for surfing, but the waves aren't crashing hard, not going to knock you over real easy. I just stopped for a minute there to take my shoes off because it's hard to walk in sand with shoes on. Problem is now my feet are burning. Sand is so damn hot. It's all right. Makes for tougher feet, right? I find that the sand is only hot if you break the top layer. If you can keep the top layer from breaking, it's not as hot. Just a little tip. It is cooking. I'm gonna take this next exit, see where it takes me. Probably have to walk A1A back towards Carlin Park. See if we can get a view of the water from up there too. Looks like a good view. I had to hot potato and tippy toe through that last little section there. Had to come around those protected plants, and that sand was burning. All right, got some heat treatment for the feet here. So indeed I was right. Sled straight up to A1A. Back up in the and the olive grape trees. We're just gonna take a walk back towards Carlin Park. So far, so good. I mean, it's been, I left my house about 7 a.m. It's right around noon now. It's definitely getting hotter out. Spent some time on the beach, spent some time in nature, seen alligators, seen rabbits, all kinds of birds. And haven't thought about touching a drop of alcohol this entire time. And there is one thing that I am missing in my life, but unfortunately I have no control over that. Everything else I have control over. All I can control is what comes next, not what happened in the past, unfortunately. But again, like I said 1,000 times already, just keep walking. And the next stop is going to be the Jupiter Lighthouse. Hopefully the trees make for some good scenery. That's actually what I'm looking forward to, is seeing the trees at the base where the lightkeeper's house used to be. You know, sometimes I get through these days where I'm just missing my better half so much that it makes me start to wonder if I truly can be alone. I'm trying to learn how to do this alone, but I'm not sure if I can. Keep working on it, step by step, just keep walking. Anyway, next stop on the solo sobriety journey is going to be the Jupiter Lighthouse. I'm sure I said that previously, but just wanted to put it back in here again. And again, that was Carlin Park, 400 US 1, or I'm sorry, 400 A1A. Jupiter, Florida. So we made it to, this is the Jupiter Lighthouse Inlet natural area. I don't think you can gain access to the lighthouse from here, but I was interested to see it, and I'm a little ahead on time, so I'm gonna walk it. We'll see what we see interesting out here. I did see, the pathway on the map shows that it comes pretty close to where the lighthouse actually is. But we'll take a walk and see what we see. So we are continuing on the south trail. The other trail that split off that way is actually blocked off for some reason. I'm not sure why. But this is the trail that we needed to follow anyway that might lead us to the lighthouse. We'll have to just keep walking and see. You can see the lighthouse in the background there. I'm just not sure if we can get to it from here. If not, I'll have to hop in the truck and go to the next park over. I think I might have punched in Jupiter Lighthouse Park when I punched it in the GPS, but I'm down for some nature. So we've officially made our first wrong turn already. I went that way following the lighthouse, and apparently that's a dead end. Luckily it wasn't a long trail. It led up to that fence and that building back there, and it was just kind of wooden fenced off. I don't know if that little tiki hut is part of anything down here, or if that's somebody's private property. We're gonna find out here in a moment. Looks like there's a little bridge or something over here. That tiki is fenced off. I think that's all part of the new construction for this area. And maybe that's why all these no trespassing signs are here. So the other area to go that way was blocked off just the same. Looking at it from the other side, from DuBois, there was a lot of construction going on, like a boardwalk that they're building around the edge of the lighthouse. Just gonna continue on the path and see where this takes us. It's actually pretty nice. Get a little hill climb here. It's different than being out west. Out west, everything's pretty much flat that I've come across so far. That'll put a little workout in your calves. Got a little rest area here. That little hill got me a little bit winded. That's what years of smoking and vaping does. I'm glad I finally quit all this. No more smoking, no more drinking, no more vaping. Just healthy air, in and out, sweat. Feels good. Even for a broken man, I feel healthy. Healthy and unhappy. It's the way of life right now. Getting a little sprinkle of rain here, and the sun's still out. I'm not turning back though. I'm gonna keep going. Been through a lot worse lately than a little bit of rain. This is a very nice little trail. Actually, kind of enjoy this more than out west. I feel like there's less wildlife to jump out and scare you here. Yeah, the sun is clouded right now, so it's not incredibly hot. Got a little slight breeze. Trying to get to a spot where I can see out of here though, to see where the lighthouse is from here. All the twists and turns. I wasn't really paying attention to see which angle. I think this is the loop that kind of closes us off. So this is gonna loop back in, and then I'm gonna turn right back there at that little fork in the road. So that right there is the back side of the houses. So down at the bottom of this, it should start turning back to the left past this fenced area. And the lighthouse should be over here to my left. It's kind of interesting that these people have a nature walk right in their backyards. So we're gonna find out momentarily if we can get to the lighthouse from here, I believe. See, authorized owner, authorized access only. Here's the lighthouse right here. For tours of the lighthouse, please visit the Jupiter Inlet Lighthouse Museum at 500 Captain's Way. So yeah, looks like got to go around to the other side. There's people up there. So on the map, it doesn't show that there's a fence here. And I realized how close it was, so we just decided to walk it anyway. So we'll continue walking the trail. I'll jump back in the truck and we'll see if we can get around and at least do a walk around the base of the lighthouse. And then after that, we're going to Blowing Rocks. That right there is turtle poop. Ask me how I know. How I know is I used to have pet turtles. Especially living in Florida, we always had pet turtles. When I first moved down here, I lived in Port St. Lucie, and they were constantly coming through our yard. So I think I'm supposed to follow the wood. It should keep me on the path. Yeah, trail detour. Trail detour. No trespassing. So I think they're going to incorporate these trails into all the construction they're doing down there for the lighthouse, which would be cool to make all of this one and actually give people something more to walk around than just the lighthouse. I mean, I've never walked a lighthouse myself, so we'll get over there and we'll see. Kind of surprised for what this is. It's a pretty cool tree back there. I can't tell if that's one tree or two. Oh, I was trying to thought of what I was saying. I seen that tree and I was like, it looked like a spider growing out of the ground. Oh yeah, what I was saying is I'm surprised there's so many cars in the parking lot here. When I pulled in, there's only one parking spot open, and I've only seen 2 people back here so far. I think all the rest of them, they might have just parked here and walked somewhere else. It's kind of like an overflow parking. But it was cool to see the lighthouse from this angle. I know that guy up there, he's seen me recording. He's probably like, look at that guy down there. I'm wondering how he got up there. He's wondering how I got down here. Sounds like the making of a blonde joke. All right, so we're back at the fork in the road. And this path leads me back to my truck. So I will jump back into the recording when we get over to the lighthouse. For now, I'm gonna keep walking. So, unfortunately, I did not get to not spend any money here. I had checked online and it said that the grounds were open pretty much to anybody, and that is not the case. It was $15 admission to be able to, I mean, I can climb the tower if I want to. That wasn't really my plan. I wasn't planning on spending any money, but you know what? I'm here. I came all the way over here from Loxahatchee. Never been to this before, so just kind of checking everything out. She said that this was open. I don't want to just walk inside. She said the house was open besides the kitchen. I'm guessing that's the kitchen that says building closed right there. Please keep door closed. Air conditioning. I'm gonna go inside if it'll let me. It will let me. There is air conditioning in here. So I didn't really read the oh, these are locked. I didn't really read the history on the Pioneer House. Sweater block. And there is an upstairs here too. Didn't even realize that. I'm gonna go back out the way that I came in because it almost feels like I'm not supposed to be in here. Just kind of doing what I want here. I'm back out the back door. Nice vegetation in a little garden here. Banana trees. Seminoles and the pioneers. From these villages, the Seminoles pulled in their dugout canoes down from the Loxahatchee River to the inlet from the Second Seminole War, fought in 1838. Assistant lighthouse keeper and noted photographer Melville Spencer recorded some of the Seminole visits in their series of stereo view photographs in the early 1880s. That is neat. Guessing this is a tour meeting area. I don't know if there's a name of this bill. I can't read it. It's just the manufacturer name. This area is closed off. I think one of the main things that I came here for, I want to see the lighthouse itself from the base just to see how big it really is. And some of the trees. Yeah, that tree right there is freaking amazing. But it's lived here for so long without being destroyed by the weather, being so close to the water. So this is one of those views I was talking about. Seeing the actual lighthouse itself from the base. It's quite large. I'm gonna go off the beaten path here. Hey, look at this tree. Water out there. Very nice. In all my years of drinking and alcoholism and distractions, I never would have come here. So there is a waiting period. I guess there's a occupancy amount for people who actually make the climb. And I'm currently waiting, and she said she'll call us over when it's our turn. So due to great weather, ended up getting a rain check. So unfortunately, until next time, I won't be able to do the climb. That little bit of gray weather right there caused lightning within a certain amount of miles and they shut down the lighthouse. They won't let anybody climb because it is the tallest point out here, which really kind of stinks because I wasn't planning on going up there, but since I had to pay the admission to get into the grounds, I was kind of looking forward to the climb. It expires 1 year from now. I got plenty of time to come back and do it again. I did tour the museum and check out everything about the Seminoles and about Camp Murphy, but I didn't record any of that because there was so many people in there because they all got turned away from the climb. So on to Blowing Rocks. Until next time, Jupiter Lighthouse. So we've made it to Blowing Rocks Preserve. No photo shoots. Not planning on it. I'm gonna record video though. I'm running extremely ahead of time because of the Jupiter issue. So far, nice little turnout, nice little walk. First time for everything. Guys trying to do a little photo shoot, a little walkthrough. Give them a minute, let them do their thing. Even though they're not supposed to. Habitat, Maritime, Hammock, Black Racers, Gumbo Limbo, Bobcats, Wild Coffee, Golden Silk Orb Weaver, it's definitely a nice little path getting out here. I'm gonna have to spend a little bit of time out here. I've still got the rest of my lunch that I still have packed in my truck. I didn't want to bring it out here though. End up with sand in my sandwich. Doesn't sound like a good day. People just losing their shoes. Oh, that might have been the wedding couple that was doing the photo shoot back there. Rocks can be hazardous. Sea turtles nesting. Leatherback sea turtle, loggerhead, green turtle, adult loggerhead stuck in the rocks. Loggerhead hatchling stuck in the rocks. It's pretty cool. So I believe these orange areas are sea turtle nests. Definitely no disturbing those. I'm gonna take a walk down and check out the rocks. Pretty neat piece of driftwood. I'd like to take that home. It's very nice. I had to switch back to feet in the sand. It's very hard to walk on the beach with shoes on. Get a little bit more sun on my bright white feet. Oh, that feels good. Once again, I've lived in Florida for about 40 years and wasn't even aware of this place. Technically, this is Hobe Sound. It's like right on the border of Hobe Sound and Jupiter. It's Blowing Rocks Preserve. I'm gonna try and get over here to some of the larger rocks. Say certain times, certain tides on these rocks, you can catch up to 50-foot bursts of water blowing in the air. go around the bottom side, but I don't want to get stuck in the water. Still got my wallet and everything on me. I imagine some of these are gonna hurt if I don't pay attention. That's pretty cool. Little caves. Some kids over there climbing up the rocks. Probably not advisable, but whatever. Oop, that was a rock I stepped on. Hi. You definitely got to watch your footing here, because it might look like sand and suddenly you're standing on a pointed rock. Like that right there. I didn't even see that one. That little formation sticking out. Oh, that one almost got me. Wonder what they're climbing down that for. Just to see if they can do it. It was interesting. There's that lightning that threatened us at the lighthouse. I think it's coming this way, actually. I'm going to try to get to these larger formations of rocks. Get some quick video, and then we'll probably turn and burn. Might have to find another detour for lunch. These little caves and caverns are pretty cool. These rocks are pretty jagged. That hurt pretty bad. Definitely got to be careful on these rocks. That's cool. I'd like to walk out on some of them, but I'd have to put my shoes back on.
Oh, our classes are also all the way back there. And get that show. That really won't.
Right. Some of these rocks come all the way up here. They're completely underneath here. I don't know how far back they go. The wind is picking up. That rain is definitely coming this way. Try to get a few more good shots in the video. A lot of seaweed out today. Pretty much every beach I went to had seaweed, like heavy seaweed warnings. To get a good shot of this rock formation. I don't know if I can walk on these rocks. Ow, ow. Yes, they do hurt very, very much. Very interesting. Yeah, it wouldn't have been a good idea to go around the bottom side because I'd have been soaked. All right. I'm gonna try and beat this storm back to my truck and figure out the rest of the plan for the rest of the day. I still got quite a few hours to kill. I think the wife's still at the house with the dogs, so I'll come up with another plan and I'll jump back into the video here in a second. So after running from the rain and the lightning out on blowing rocks, I ended up back at DuBois Beach, back at the Pioneer home. The weather's over the beach now, and pretty much everybody at DuBois is taking off running. Weather's pretty much bad all the way around. Like, I'm standing in the only little bit of sunshine that looks towards the south here. Headed back towards the truck. I'm gonna finish my lunch and kind of hope it does rain. I might just take a little nap. And then I've got one little stop that I'm doing kind of for myself. I'm going to Annie's Italian Ice in Jupiter just because I haven't been there in quite some time. Especially since me and the wife separated, and pretty much since we moved out of Jupiter, I haven't really been there. I'm kind of looking forward to one of those Italian ices. Yeah, see that weather's pretty nasty over there, and that's right over the beach. The water's right out that way. But I think all in all, it's been a good, sober day. Just learning how to live day by day alone, without alcohol, without any substances to calm my mind from the problems that I'm going through. Just learning how to sit through this kind of white-knuckled and handle what I gotta handle. But that is that's probably going to conclude the video for me. It's off to get some Italian ice. Hope if anybody watched, they enjoyed some of the things they seen. I know it's kind of back and forth between nature and beaches, but today was my escape from my life. And I'll probably be doing this again someday. Next time I have a day off that my wife can care for the dogs, as long as she's going to continue doing so. But anyway, thanks for watching. Peace out.